All right, everybody. I think we are live, and I'm excited that you are joining us right now for the Vonza Level Up Challenge because it's time for you to level up in your life, in your personal, finances, in your business, and all of those good stuff. So we have the very first speaker already here, live and direct. It's gonna be awesome, awesome, awesome. So right now, go ahead and share this um broadcast. We are broadcasting on three medium on the Vonza Facebook page, on Vonza group, and also too on YouTube as well. So go ahead and share this thing. We're going to give it like 2 minutes just to give people time to share. So go ahead and share right now so that your groups, your people, your friends can all benefit from this great challenge. All right, so I'm getting some notifications already. All right, so I'm sharing right now. Share to my story. Then I'm sharing to all my groups right now. So everybody just bear with us. This is our very first one. Uh, all right, all right, all right. Then also too in the comments, we're gonna figure out where the comments session is because it's our first time using StreamYard. So we're gonna figure out where the comment session is so that we can also take some questions. Give me 1 second. Okay, I think it's right here. All right, so make a comment. Let us know where you're watching from, what city, what state, what country, what continent are you watching from. Let us know in the comments. All right, see Michaela, good to see you. All right, everybody, let us know where you're watching from. My God, I am stoked, man. I am excited. It's no secret, even in our private conversations. Our very first speaker is no secret. He knows how much I love him. I tell him, yeah, sometimes interesting, nowadays men don't want to tell that man I love you, but I tell my bro I love you, bro, because I love him. He's a good man, he's a man of God, he's an entrepreneur. It's amazing. So I'm excited. He's gonna be our very first speaker. So today, guys, just do I have oh, okay, I probably need to have my prop for later. Okay, I want to give you a round of applause. We're going to have in the very, very amazing Dr. Makwa Russell. He's going to be our very first speaker in the Vonza Level Up Challenge. He is amazing. Arguably one of the best when it comes to revenue growth for coaches and consultants. Dr. Makwa Russell is a multi-million dollar revenue generator, best-selling author, rapid business growth specialist, and is the king of client attention. He has helped his clients and himself to generate, everybody put it on the chat right now, over $500 million. So at first, the notes I think your team sent to us was 250 million. So I'm sorry. I apologize to you. It's over 500 million. So guess what, guys? That's over $500 million this man have helped to generate, so he knows what he's talking about. So we're gonna just go right in right now. Dr. Makwa Russell, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm blessed to be here, man. I'm blessed to be here. I'm excited. Thank you. I'm honored. I'm honored to be here and be able to serve, man. So thank you.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so we're gonna make this interview style. So tell people a little bit about you and your background and how you got to, into the online business world.
Yeah. So in short, I actually I dropped out of high school. I know the bio always says the good stuff, right? So I actually dropped out of high school in 10th grade. I grew up in a drug infested environment. Um, Started selling drugs at a young age, and when I was 19, I had my first son, and I was actually in jail when he was born. And I actually met my first son like in visitation when he was first born. So that point, I kind of had a shift, and I was like, okay, I need to do something different because my dad wasn't around when I was growing up. So I wanted to make sure I was present, in my kid's life. So I started doing things a little bit different. I kind of got a job that didn't really work out well for me, so I went back into the streets. But I started an entertainment company where I was doing like artist management, club promotions, and things of that nature. And while I was in the club one night, a guy walks up to me and he pitches me on network marketing. I didn't know it was network marketing, but he just kind of was like, "Hey, who do you know got a cell phone? I was like, "Where everybody I know got a cell phone?" It was like, "Where? What about?" He was like, "Wouldn't it be cool if every time they paid their bill, you got paid?" And I was like, "Well, that's
Wow.
absolutely cool." Yeah, so he invited me out to a meeting. I went to the meeting, saw the presentation, jumped in head first. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. I didn't know it was called a pyramid scheme or none of that. But people started telling me it was a pyramid scheme once I started trying to introduce people to it. So I managed to recruit a few people. So while I was building my team, somebody on my team sent me a link to a video series, and the
Yeah.
video series basically talked about how I can grow my network marketing business using the internet. So that introduced me to the online marketing world. I started watching videos, buying ebooks, buying courses, trying to learn all this stuff, right? All this because it was a new world for me. And after about 3 4 years trying to figure this internet stuff out, I hadn't really made anything, had went broke the whole 9 yards trying to learn this stuff. Things
Yeah.
finally started to click, and I just carved out a niche because I decided to focus on like how to get leads for my business and began to get really good at that. And people started reaching out asking me what I was doing. And that actually led to me coaching people because I didn't even know coaching was a thing. People
Yeah.
wanted to coach me and they started paying me to coach them. And then people want to know, how do we grow our coaching business? And how do we get clients? So then at that point, I realized that 534,000 businesses get started every month. 8 out of 10 of those businesses go out of business within 18 months. And it's
Wow.
mainly because they don't know how to get clients. So we said, okay, this is a huge problem that we can solve. So then we just carved out that specific thing with the client attraction, which of course now created Client Attraction University. And we've helped our clients, do over $500 million in revenue.
That is amazing. Over $500 million. And recently, you received your honorary doctorate degree, and
Yeah.
you
Thank you for
also
that.
gave
Thank you for that.
yeah, you also gave one of the most moving speeches, and people still telling me, asking me about that, and it was like from GD to PhD.
Right.
So talk briefly about that experience for you, from GD to PhD, because I think it's also a testament to somebody watching too that, you know, don't give up on your dreams, right? Don't give up on hopes. And you said, you jokingly said something about, hey, I think I need to get a doctorate one day, and it happens. And so you can also attract not just only clients, but you can also attract your desire, your hopes, your vision. So talk a little bit about that before we go right into the message today.
For sure. So basically, so like Dr. Yu was saying, is I basically, because like when I go speak at events, I typically have a hoodie on or a t-shirt. It just depends on how I'm feeling that day, right? And I got tattoos and goals and all that. So people are always taken back when they see me hit the stage, or they're like, who is this guy? So I was like, hey, what if I got me one of these doctorates? People will be really looking crazy. So I just kind of spoke that and put it out into the universe, right? And it manifested. So to see me be able to go from, I literally have a GED. I dropped out of high school in 10th grade. I got a GED, to fast forward, literally have a doctorate, is really it's by the grace of God. Like this is, it's like that's the only way I can really make the connection. Like it's not, I mean, because a lot of things have to line up to actually be able to
Mhm.
pull this off, right? So to be able to pull this off, I mean, it's definitely by the grace of God, and I'm grateful, for the opportunity. And most importantly, I like to just be able to be a beacon of light and like show other individuals like what's possible. So I think that's one of the most fun, exciting parts about this whole journey.
All right, awesome. So now let's go into the topic for today, right? So what are you talking on today? This is a level up challenge. Want to help digital entrepreneurs to start and scale their digital product business. So what's your message? What's your teaching for them today to help them to start and scale their digital product business?
Yeah. So I think the biggest thing is like when it boils down to it, if you really want to grow, you have to master the art of going from chasing clients, right? Going out seeking after clients, to actually have clients seeking out you, right? So like you go from being the hunted to being the hunter, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
way, because most people ask me like, Marquel, how do I find people to buy what I have to offer? And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's the wrong way to look at it, because that's a chasing mentality, right? The real question you want to ask yourself is, how do I become findable for the people who want what I have? So for me, I'm not looking for specific people. and we empower our clients to go from not looking for specific people. You want to be found by people that are looking for you. So based on what you
Mm,
sell, what you offer, your knowledge and expertise, it's people that are searching the internet right now for what you have to offer. So you don't really got to go find people. They're already looking for you.
mm,
You got to become findable. So how do you do that? So I got this methodology. It's called the Sfm method. S
mm,
as in Frank, S as in Sam, F as in Frank, M as in Mary, right? So let's break it
mm,
down. How do you apply this? So the S is for specialized, right? The S
mhm,
is for specialized. So you got to specialize in what's your thing, right? So for example, and you want to micro niche as much as possible. So let's say you help people in health and fitness. Let's say you're a fitness trainer and you can help anybody lose weight. Or you're just a fitness trainer. You can help people lose weight. You can help people build muscle. You can help people, whatever, right? Okay. What's your specialty? Is your specialty
mm.
helping people build muscle? Or is your specialty helping people burn fat? Is your what
Wow.
is it? What is it? If you could pick one thing. And then it's
Yeah.
like, do you help entrepreneurs? Do you help women? Do you help moms? Do you help dads? Right? Or you do help men in general? Do you help black men? Do you help all kinds of men? Do you help Christian men? Or do you help Christian men entrepreneurs? So the more you niche down, the more you can specialize, and the more micro niche you're niche down, the more you can actually charge, because people pay specialists a premium price. So if you think about, you got a general physician makes about $120,000 a year, a brain surgeon makes $500,000 a year, and they work less, right? Why? Because they specialize in a specific thing. So that's the S part of the SFM method. You want me to keep going, or you want to unpack that some?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Yeah. So the
Okay,
first
cool.
is that you gotta specialize, right? You can't just
Yep.
say, okay, I'm offering a digital product, I'm trying to reach everybody. You
Mhm.
got to be a specialist. So decide what you want to offer and to who your ideal ICP, ideal customer profile is. So that's a big key, everybody listening. You gotta specialize. You can't just try to reach everybody. So go ahead. That's awesome.
Perfect. So that's the S. The F is for funnelize. So funnelizing is about taking complete strangers and then taking them from complete strangers to pulling out their card to pay you. Now it's a process that you do that. So if you think of a funnel, if you visualize a funnel, so it's an upside down pyramid basically, and it's 4 layers of it. The top layer is the awareness. The second layer is the interest. The third layer is engagement, and then the fourth layer is clients, the smallest part, right? No matter what you do, that's how it's going to be. So some people focus too much time trying to get everybody, when it just doesn't work like that. No matter
Mm,
how hard you try, you're not going to get everybody, because the funnel is just designed to be smaller at the end. So your
mm,
goal is to focus on awareness and getting more. So if you want to get more at the bottom, you get more at the top, right? And from an awareness standpoint, of course, you can use Facebook ads, you can create content, you can do challenges like these, you can do interviews, you can speak on stages, you can, do ads, multiple different ways to get awareness. So when you're creating this awareness, you want to create interest. How do you create interest? Show people you can help them. How do you show people you can help them?
mm.
Well, by actually helping them. It's simple, right? It's like, most people try to make this stuff complicated. The best way to show people you can help them is by actually helping them via content, live streams, whatever, like really teaching people stuff. And a lot of people online, they try to hold their best stuff versus giving away their best stuff. Because when you give away your best stuff, people are like, okay, if this is free stuff is this good, their paid stuff has to be amazing, right? So now you create interest. And again, no matter how hard you try, everybody's not going to be interested. I don't care if you wear button downs and all your thing, if you wear suits, or if you wear big chains, or if drive Bentleys in your videos, or do big home and all that. You still ain't going to attract everybody. So
Mm,
the best way to your superpower as a marketer, and no matter what you sell, you're a marketer first. As a marketer, your superpower is authenticity. Some people
wow.
say, Marquel, I'm in a competitive market. How do I stand out in this particular market? What do I do differently? How do I show that I'm different? Well, showing that you're different isn't a task. You just be who you are. By you being who you are, like, you're automatically different. Like, you don't gotta work hard to be different. You literally just be
Mhm.
yourself. right? So like you and I, we could teach the same exact thing. We could teach the
Yeah.
same exact thing, but by you being who you are 100% and me being who I am 100%, we automatically create space. I'm automatically people who are designed for me, they're gonna be attracted to me. People who are attracted to you, they're gonna be attracted to you, and we can exist in the same space, still be friends, and it's real no real competition because we're gonna attract who we're designed to attract. So now you create that interest. When you create that interest using your superpower, which is authenticity. So one of my clients asked me, Marco, what's the most one of the most powerful marketing psychology that you've learned to help you become successful? And it's just that one powerful thing, authenticity. That's number two. And then the third level is engagement. So once you do that and then you give people a call to action, guess what? Now they're gonna go dive into whatever you have. Like so, for example, you may say, so for me, for example, when I'm doing the training and I'm teaching some value and I'm getting value, and people are like, okay, I love it. How can I go more? I'll say, okay, great. You can go get our paid ad playbook if you go to paidadplaybook.com, and I'm gonna show you how to get 50 to 100 leads every single day that actually convert into clients. Some people are gonna go grab that, and then some people aren't. Right? Some people was listening to me when they first got on, and they was like, okay, this sounds interesting. Some people was like, all right, I'm out of here. He's talking too fast. He got goals. He got a hat on. Does he have a hoodie on? He doesn't look professional. I'm out of here. They weren't interested. I'll be back on later. And that's totally cool.
Yeah.
That's how it works, right? Some people are locked in. They like, I love it. What else is there I can dive into? And they'll go engage and tap into some other stuff. Some people will get the free stuff and go make millions off of the free stuff. Some people will say, hey, I want to work closer with this guy, and then some people become clients. So that's the whole funnelized process. And the biggest thing to understand is that only 2% of the market is ready to do business right now. So your 2% of the market, that's the piping hot market. The middle of the market is your lukewarm market. Like they know they have a problem, they're looking for solutions, they're looking for people to plug into. And then the 2% they're ready to buy now. And then the rest of that, the majority of that 98%, like we'd call it half and half of that lukewarm, they don't really know they got a problem just yet. So your job is to show up in the space with your marketing, with your follow-up, with solutions, with value-based content, aware, because you got to market to all these three people totally different. So that's the F in the funnelized process. And then the M is the monetization. So this is where the cash register rings. So if we look at this as a pyramid, so we have this thing called the client attraction pyramid. So the bottom of it is the S, the middle of it is the F, and at the very top is the M, the monetize. And notice that's the smallest part because when you do the other stuff right, the M takes care of itself. Great marketing makes selling unnecessary. So if your marketing is on point, your products and your coaching and all that good stuff sell themselves, right? So you got your marketing. So your monetization piece. So your monetization piece, the biggest it's not about being a hard salesperson. The biggest thing you want to understand when it comes to marketing and sales is that marketing and sales is like the game of golf. So regardless if you know what golf, if you play golf or whatever, most of you probably know what golf is. When it comes to golf, the you start off with a driver. And the goal of the drive, we're going to call that driver your marketing. The ball is your prospect. The goal of your driver is to get the ball as close to the hole as possible. The hole is to sell. So now when you get the ball near the hole, you bring out your putter and it's easy to just put it in because your marketing / your driver has done all the work to get the ball / the prospect to the hole / the sale, right? Now, when you do that, the number one unbreakable rule when it comes to the monetization is premium pricing. So you have to be there with an offer where you charge $3,000 to $10,000 or more. Why do you want to charge $3,000 to $10,000 or more? This is specifically for individuals who are like coaches, course creators, consultants, speakers. You specifically, service providers, you specifically want to have somewhere you charge $3,000 to $10,000 or more because now you have bigger margins, so now you can hire. Most entrepreneurs work way too hard because they can't afford to hire. So they got to do everything. They don't got enough margin to actually hire nobody. When you charge premium prices, you have more margin. And you can work with less clients and you can provide them a greater experience to help them and really go to bat to help them get results. That's another benefit of having that premium pricing. Also, your pricing is totally relevant, totally related to your brand. Do people see you as the cheap person in the marketplace? Or do people see you as the premium solution in the marketplace? right? So they're gonna see that. Then some people say, okay, Marquell, well, if I'm newer in the market, should I start off with a lower price and then go up later once people know me? Or should I start premium price? I always say start premium price, and here's why. So when Tesla came into the market, Tesla came into the game with a premium price car, and that's how they built their name. And then when they dropped their prices to make them more affordable, they sold out because people were thirsting for Tesla because it was a premium price. Let me give you one more example. If you ever heard of this company called Vera Wang, Vera Wang came into the market, and that's Vera Wang, Wang. They came into the market and they were selling very expensive, premium priced wedding dresses. And they built their name like that. And then once they built their name as a premium brand, then they dropped the prices, and now it's available in Target. So now when people see it in Target, they already see it as a premium brand. It's just now more affordable. Now think about it. If Rolls Royce came out today, their $350,000 car, if they came out with a $30,000 car today, they'd sell out. You wouldn't be able to keep them because
Yeah.
people see it as a $30,000 Rolls Royce, they grab it. But if Kia, the car Kia, if they came out with a $350,000 car, people would be like, no way, this is a $350,000 Kia, right? So you want to come premium prices, and people automatically know that we're in their mind, psychology based on their biases, their psychology says that the best is never the cheapest, and the cheapest is never the best. So if you're like low ticket, all your stuff is low ticket, they're gonna, I'm like, okay, this can't be that good. But if it's premium price, they're typically gonna be like, okay, this has to be good simply because of the price. So you want to keep that in mind when it comes to the monetization piece. So that's the S, that's the F, and that's the M.
Wow, you said a mouthful. You said a lot. So specialized, funnelize, engagement, then monetization, right? But now
Mhm.
you have a very unique strategy. And I think that also speaks to the fact of what you've been teaching today, which is to specialize, know your client, know who you're talking to, right? You can't talk to everybody, right? But now I got a question for you. You teach ticket, right? What
Mhm.
about it? But we know too that some people don't have the confidence, not because of their product, they don't have the confidence to charge premium pricing because they
Mhm.
feel like they cannot offer anything that anybody will pay $3,000 to $10,000 for, right? So how
Mhm.
can you help somebody listening right now to feel like their ebook, their course, their coaching program, that they cannot sell it more than $400 or $500? So what are you going to tell that person right now struggling to charge thousands of dollars for their products?
Good question. So number one, I would say I would ask them, do you really want to help people with your course? Like, do you really want to help people? And if they tell me yes, I let them know by you charging people lower prices, you're actually doing them a disservice because you have to charge them enough to actually be committed to log in. Because think about it. How many people listening to my voice right now have bought a course for $500, $600, $297, even $997, and haven't even logged in? You haven't
Mm.
even logged into the course. I know I'm not the only one, right? So when you think of now, you think about it. You charge somebody 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 25,000. They're gonna log in. They're gonna go and not only log in, they're gonna go through and engage because they paid enough to make it sting where they actually got to get something from it. The next thing I'll say is think about it. If somebody buys, so some people say, well, Mark, well, once I get better at it, then I'm gonna increase my price. And I'm like, well, if you're not amazing at what you do, you shouldn't be selling nobody nothing anyway, right?
Mm.
However, if you are amazing at what you do, you deserve to charge premium prices, right? So I say, okay, cool. If somebody buys what you offer, what is that worth to them 30 years from now?
Mm.
If somebody buys what you offer, what is that worth to them 30 years from now? The common answer I get two answers. I say it's either worth millions or it's priceless. So I'm like, if it's priceless and if it's worth millions, are you not worthy to get at least $10,000 for it or
Wow.
$5,000 for it? Right? To really help people create a real significant transformation. Does that make sense?
Wow. Wow, that is so big. Okay, but can you also speak for like a minute because we only have about 5 more minutes left? Can you speak for like a minute on somebody that is struggling? Speak on that mindset. Speak more on that mindset, right? What will it take somebody to go from the fear? It's not the product now. It's not what they are offering. They believe in it. They know it will make that transformation, but they are afraid or they don't have the right mindset to say, okay, somebody will pay me. I don't have a problem with my product or my I don't have a problem with my product or my course or my coaching or whatever. But the fear they have is that nobody's gonna pay them. Help them with that mindset for 60 seconds.
So I think the biggest thing is that they're really focusing on them. They're more fearful that people are going to tell them no than that people can actually pay it. So it's really more so it's about them versus realizing that there's always a premium market for every offer, whether that's flights, whether that's coaching, whether that's shoes, whether that's homes, whether that's cars. It's always a premium market. You got to just decide if you want to focus on a premium market and be the premium brand, or do you just want to make sales and not really serve people?
Okay, good question. Now, let me ask you on that question too, right? There's this kind of marketing strategy in the black culture, black community that if you're gonna sell ticket coaching program, you gotta be flashy. You gotta come with the Rolls Royces and the watches and all this fun stuff. Otherwise, if you don't show, that's what they say. If you don't show black people that you got stuff, they're not gonna pay you premium pricing. But you are the OG of charging premium pricing for your stuff, and you don't post with your Rolls Royces, with your Versace, with this funky stuff, right? So, what's the mindset play with that? And are you able to now follow that pressure of, hey, all these other guys are flashing this stuff to sell? Do I have to do the same thing as well? So, this is really, really important because some people feel like if they cannot afford those things, that nobody's going to believe them to buy their ticket stuff. So speak to that real quick.
Yeah, so for sure. So for me, I think the biggest piece to cut through all that is just being you. So some people there's a market of people that are turned off by that. So like by you thinking you have to be flashy, you gotta have this car, you gotta have
Woo!
this home, you got
Hold on, hold
like
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, Doc. Hold on. Okay, you messing with my mind right now. You messing with my mind right now. Don't go too fast now. Don't go too fast. I gotta
Gotcha.
let that process in for me and also do for other people. So somebody needs to hear this. There are 1 million ways to make $1 million. A lot of coaches and consultants are going to tell you. There are people that are moved by stuff, but there are also people that it turns them off.
Yeah,
And the secret is you being yourself. You can't rush through that. You got to say that one more time. I never
absolutely.
heard it that way before. That there are
Yep.
people that the market right there, they're going to be turned off with your constant photos of your stuff.
Yep.
Break
100%.
that down a
People,
little bit. You
yeah,
gotta
for
stay
sure.
there real
People,
quick.
yeah, for sure. So some people they're skeptical of that because honestly, stuff like that is actually easy to go get. Like it's easy to go rent like a Lambo or Bentley or something for the weekend. It's easy to rent a Airbnb for a photo shoot or a video. Stuff like that is easy to get. It's harder to show up uniquely as you 100% and just
Mm.
own who you are. That's hard. It's easy to go rent this bar and borrow this other stuff or share this other stuff. That's easy. So a lot of people they're like, okay, is this real or is this, you know what I'm saying? But when people show up authentically, you just kind of share their truth and who they're not saying the guys who are doing that type of stuff aren't authentic, but I mean, just being real, some of them aren't. Now there are some that are, and I
Yeah.
know some of them, but there are some that aren't. So, but it's some people who are turned off by that, and it's some people who are into that type of thing. And I don't think either way is wrong. Whatever just your authenticity is, I think you just got to do that.
Well, okay, guys. If you missed it, you just missed a lot. Okay, all of the recordings, and make sure you register. Go to vonza.com/level up and register so that you can get access to the replays and stuff, right? Because we're not gonna keep this up. Okay, only those who registered will get the replay. Okay, what it just said is amazing, and I think it's gonna help a lot of you that are not charging enough for your product, your course, your coaching program, because you feel like you don't have the Rolls Royce, the Bentleys, the big house, the Versace, and all of other stuff, and you feel like if you don't show those things, people are not going to believe you and buy from you. The doctor just broke it up. Okay, that's why it's a doctor, because doctors, they come with this mindset shift. They try to help our mind, our brain a little bit. The doctor just said that there are some people that are actually turned off by that. So the key is you got to be your authentic self so that you can reach out to your authentic customers. So don't try to sell low or high because you're trying to be this or that. And no wonder is the king of client attraction. My God. Doc, how can people reach you? How can they find you? How can they follow you? How can they buy your stuff? How can they reach out to you so you can help them more?
Yeah, for sure. So a couple ways. So number one, I got a free gift for everybody who's here. So I have this program, I had this platform, this process. I put it in my paid ad playbook. So it shows you how to get 50 to 100 leads every single day that convert to clients. So if you're a coach, you're a consultant, course creator, speaker, author, expert, and you want to get more leads that's coming to you and converting to clients, go to paidadplaybook.com. So that's PAID playbook.com. You can go get it free, and I give you a bonus video to show you how to customize the strategy for your business. So that's number one. Also, connect with me on Instagram. My Instagram is just my name, Marquel Russell. You probably see it right here. It's MarQuel RUSSELL. Go connect with me on Instagram. Shoot me a DM. Let me know that you was on the Level Up Challenge. And when you DM, I got another free gift for you that I'm going to give you just for checking me out on the Level Up Challenge. So check me on Instagram. Shoot me a DM. Let me know you was here. And also go to paidadplaybook.com.
Thank you, Doc. Appreciate you, man. And have an awesome
Oh,
day.
yeah. Well, one last thing. My bad. Also, another free gift for you just for being here. I'm actually doing an event that starts Friday. So this is perfect timing. So if you're watching me live, you can actually go grab a ticket for the event that I'm doing, and you can join us virtually. So if you go to cashflowfactorylive.com, I know I'm giving y'all a lot. It's cashflowfactorylive.com. You can go grab a ticket to join me at the Cash Flow Factory. In over 3 days, we're going to show you how to generate more cash flow for your business.
All right, guys, it's right there on the chart. It's also right there on the screen, cashflowfactorylive.com. Follow Dr. Marco, man. It's going to really help you so much. Thank you, Doc, for coming, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so having the next speaker on the screen right now. She's amazing. And we're so excited to have her here today. We're going to bring her right in because we just took 3 minutes of our time. So I want to give her back as fast as possible. Hey, please, everybody go ahead and share right now. We have a new speaker on, so go ahead and share right now. So Coach Aliya, can you also share to your groups, we are broadcasting on 3 million Facebook, our Facebook community group, our Facebook group, and on YouTube. So live simultaneously. So please also share. You can go to Vonza on Facebook, on my personal Facebook, and share from there too, because I know your content is going to be amazing. She's going to be talking about identifying your target market. To whom are you assigned? Oh my God. I cannot wait to hear her. This is just kind of what our first speaker was talking about, some part of it. Like, you got to know who you are assigned to. You got to know your target audience. And she's going to break it down to us. Okay, Aliya obtained a BA. Ooh, she got some education now. Not just somebody just making up some stuff. She got a BA in public relations, communications, and international studies. Wow. She's the founder and CEO of Be Whole Life Coaching LLC, certified personal development and empowerment coach, dream interpreter. All right, now, author, speaker, and course creator. So everybody join me to welcome Coach Aliya Carter. We're so excited to have you on today. So how's your day going? How's it going?
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we hear you very well.
Perfect. My day has been excellent so far. I was able to hear a bit of our previous speaker, and you guys have been on top of it today. And like you said, we've talked a bit about what I'm going to be talking about too, being yourself
Yeah,
and knowing your story. But I'm so excited to be here, Mr. Abraham. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm excited.
sure, sure. Awesome, awesome. So, how did you get started with your career, your coaching? How did you get started with that?
Absolutely. So I've always been a person my entire adult life, the go to person for advice, for suggestions, for direction. All of my friends, family, associates would come to me for help. And so I decided, you know what? I don't have to work for anyone else. I can work for myself, use my experience and my expertise to help people, which I was already doing. I just needed to make it official. So I
Yeah.
got certified as a personal development empowerment life coach. I love what I do. I work with mostly women between the ages of 20 and 60 or so. And I help business owners, people in ministry, community leaders just overcome things that they're dealing with, maybe improving their own personal relationships with others, how to increase their confidence, and how to achieve their dreams and goals. So that's how I got started. I love what I do. I'm excited to share with you today.
Awesome, awesome. All right. So you're going to be talking about identifying your target market. To whom are you assigned? So just drop it on us. We're ready.
Yes. So, this is a big question that we have to start with. Whether you have a digital business or you have a physical business, service, products, and so on, you have to know your story. So, that's one thing that I help my clients with. Really being able to describe your story. Where have you come from? What are your personal experiences? What are some of your failures, your successes, triumphs, trials? What has happened in your past and what's happening now, because you'll use those things in your story to be able to reach and be relatable to your target audience, right? So being able to formulate a particular story makes you human. So many of us business owners, we seem to be superhuman to people that we serve and help, but being able to just come down and say, hey, I've been where you are, I've experienced what you've experienced, I we have this in common, and I have learned a few things, and I can teach you those things now. So think about what you've been through, what you've experienced, what your personal story is, and you'll get to know the problems that you're able to solve for other people. And that will help you to define what I call your target audience or your target market of people that you'll be serving. So, number one, who are you? And
Mm.
who do you serve? Who are you called to? Who are you assigned to? And I'm a business owner. I know I started off thinking I could help everybody. I could help the entire world. Everybody was in my target market. Everybody I met every day would be one of my clients. But the truth is, we're going to try to reach everybody we can, but there will be some people that resonate with our individual stories. And like you guys were saying earlier, who I am as a person, and we'll make that connection, and then become a client, and trust builds, and so on and so forth. So let's talk more about defining your target market. There are crucial questions I think all of us should ask when we're trying to define our target market. We need to ask, who is a part of my scope of influence? You know, if I am a mother, which I am, I'm a wife, which I am, I know that wives and mothers will be in my scope of influence. They'll want to hear what I think about breastfeeding. They want to hear what I think about long time marriage, divorce, and things like that. So these are people that I can easily influence, right? Also, ask yourself, who's coming to you? Who's literally seeking you out for advice? And hey, there are people that will listen to you because you're on a live, or you're showing pictures of yourself all the time on reels, but still they won't necessarily seek you out. So your target audience it's key to know that they will seek you out. They will go and find you. They will look you up on the internet to find your website. They're going to want to know when your next class is available. So think on those people that are always seeking you out for advice, always looking for your next product or service. They are a part of your target market. I wonder who listens to you. I wonder who respects you, who esteems you high. Those people are very probably much so in your target market. Key. This is key to ask, and this really changed my life. I had to consider who I think is a vulnerable population. So when you're trying to figure out your target market, think about the target market. If something happens to a particular population that's dear to your heart, it breaks your heart. If there's in any type of injustice or slight to that particular population, whether it's the elderly or the homeless or children, teenage moms, men, black men, white women, whatever it is, there's going to be a key to your heart that is going to be very much so impacted if there's any type of vulnerability or injustice made on that particular population. So that's key to defining your target market. They may be a part of your target market. Also ask yourself, who has a similar story as myself? So for me, hey, I grew up a woman of faith. Of even a little child, I went to church every Sunday, even throughout the week. My dad was a pastor. So I know that a bit of my target market are those who were raised in some type of faith or in the church or have high values, core values, people of faith. And so I know they're in my scope of influence and they have similar stories such as myself. And you want to know and take the time to figure out, hey, who has a similar story like me? So far, you guys catching me, following me? Good. Stay with me. Also, think on the people who are following you and they notice, hey, she's winning. He's winning in life. I want to be there. I want what they have. Those people are in your target audience. Those people feel as though you have paved the way for them and made it that much more easier for them and given them advice so that they don't have the same obstacles perhaps that you may have had. So there are people who are following you, who think highly of you, but also want what you want and want to be where you are. These people are in your target audience. Good. All right. So I want to move on and I want to get very specific and even share a bit about how I found my target audience. When you're defining your target audience, I'm a huge, huge fan of making it visual. Even if you have to find a picture of just some random person that you feel as though is in your target market or people you're going to serve, and then map them out. What do they look like? What are their personality types? What are some of their goals, aspirations, and what motivates them every day? What are some of their pain points and struggles, common struggles? You'll find a pattern. And when you find that pattern, make notes. I notice, hey, there's usually women who have been in abusive relationships or maybe women in the Midwest I tend to serve and to help. So make note of those commonalities. When you're making what I call a potential client profile, where you have a picture here, I have an example here, where you have a picture of someone in the middle, and then you literally surround them with qualities and traits. So for this individual, it has her age, her occupation, her level of income, her level of education, even where she shops. Okay. What are some common brands that she, goes after every time she goes shopping? What are some things that she watches on television? What are podcasts that she listens to? Right? YouTube channels, things like that. And also know what kind of tech items they are interested in. Are they very techy? Are they not so? So get to know who you're serving, because you'll know how to market toward them and message and pretty much determine what content and products and services you'll offer them, right? And then also, it's good to have what I call an avatar. Now, not all of your clients will look the same, act the same, be the same, but you can find commonality in them. So, for instance, I have Michelle. She's here in the middle. Michelle is 42 years old, and she literally has self-sabotaging ways. She wants to break those cycles and become the best person she can be. She has, and she's married. She has teenagers. She even has an adult child, but she doesn't know where to go next. She's stuck. So literally, that's someone in my target audience. I know how to message toward her and be very intentional and strategic in helping her. So takeaway points. Just wanted to share a few things with you, but takeaway points. Know your story, because your story makes you relatable. Your story allows you to reach people and to make those connections and to build trust and rapport with your clients and customers and potential clients and customers. Once you know your story, you want to think about who needs to hear that story, who has a similar story, who has gone through similar things that you've gone through, who wants to achieve things that you want to achieve and be where you want to be in life. Think about those things and think about the pain points of the population that you consider most vulnerable. Those are the people that are in your target audience and the people that you want to help. So I am super happy I could join you all and to share just a bit of information. So if you have questions for me, drop them in the chat. I'm sure that's fine. I'd love to answer in any questions that you might have. But maybe just a question that I'd like to propose to everyone is, have you defined your target market as a business owner, as a potential business owner? And what's the struggles that you may have had in finding your target audience?
Wow, that's awesome. Now, so please feel free to ask your questions. Don't be shy, because she got so much knowledge to share. So I got some questions of my own. One of the things you said was, and when you were teaching, was I was taking notes as you were speaking, was to know your story, right? So what are some pointers? So now somebody might have several part of their lives that they might think is relevant to help them connect better with their target audience, right? But what part of their story is, how can you help somebody define what part of their story to tell, right? Maybe somebody's been abused, maybe they went through some tough situation, they were homeless, jobless, but they have these several things, but they don't know which one to really tell to help them stand out. So what advice would you give to somebody that need help with that?
Absolutely. So first and foremost, it's important to know what I call your niche or your specialty. So as a coach or even as a particular business owner, you'll have a particular area of expertise or specialty. So if it is finance or if it is business, you want to be able to share not only your triumphs and accomplishments and achievements around that, but also be able to share some of the hiccups that you've had, some of the struggles that you had, right? Some of the failures. You're not a failure, but possibly you have gone through some things and failed, right? And you want to be able to share that because people need to know, oh, wow, she went through that too. He experienced that as well, but not only experienced that, but came out on the other side. So I think it's crucial to not only share one part or the other, but share both. Share your successes and your failures in the area that you specialize in that niche area, in what you consider to be your expertise or you've had the most experience in.
Awesome. Okay, another question from Hilda. What does your story mean? Is it your life story or your business story? So which one should people share?
It is both. Because you want to share your business story, because that's going to show, again, your successes. It's going to show what education, expertise, and all of that. but you want to be able to have that personal connection with your customers and clients in whatever industry or field you're in, because it humanizes you, right? Again, remember when I said a lot of times we as business owners or successful people seem to be so distant and seem to be
Mhm.
so, oh, you've achieved it all, right? And you have no problems. You've never had problems. You've always had it easy. But if you share your personal story, they'll see that, hey, it hasn't always been this easy, and I have learned, and I'm able to share what I've learned. So share both your personal and business stories.
That is amazing. All right, guys, let us know if you have any other question for the coach. I have another question too, because she's talking about identifying your target market, right? So, what would you advise somebody who feel like their target audience is not relatable to them? For example, maybe that coach grew up in the project, but they feel like their audience or what they're offering, should really reach out to those in the suburbs. So there's that kind of identity clash. How can somebody reach out to a target audience with that they don't have a similar type of background to? What can they do? What are some steps, or what can you advise on that?
That's an excellent question. And I would start with research. So you have primary research and you have secondary research. So you'll have primary research where you actually go out and not only study books, but you read articles. Pretty much you are finding out the information you need in regards to the industry and the people that you serve. So you didn't necessarily experience what they experienced, but you'll learn some of the things that they've experienced, some of their common struggles or the obstacles that they face every day. You may not have faced them, but you can read about them and learn about them. And then secondary research is where you do surveys and polls and you really get to know these people. You literally ask them, hey, have you experienced this? What happened when you experienced this? How did you overcome this? What do you need help with? How can I help? So you really get to know people that maybe you haven't experienced and have much in common with through research. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It really helps to do that research because you're going to not only share your personal story, but you need to know your market. You need to know the numbers. You need to know the trends and things like that. Other than research, I would say education. Education is important because it levels you up. And we're talking about level up, right? Level up challenge. It
Yeah.
levels you up what you didn't know. Maybe you were raised in the hood and you didn't learn finance and you didn't learn communication skills and business, skills. But you can learn that. You can learn that. You can read about it. You can take a course. And I offer courses. Many people offer courses, affordable courses, and get that information, and it evens the playing ground a bit.
Okay, great. Another question, this time from Imani. Do you have e-courses? If so, how did you manage your time to create them?
Yes. So it's one of those things that is very demanding at first of your time. You really have to map out your vision, write it out, get it out of here, and put it on paper, map it out in pictures and words. And you're going to have great time management. Use some time management skills and block out your time. But once you do have that platform set up and you have those courses up and going, it's that much easier. It's really press and repeat, like play and repeat. It's already up there. You've done it before. You can do it again. But it is a large investment of your time to get started in an e-course. But you can do it. I know you can. You can also have a coach to help you. You can have someone who is in marketing or someone who specializes in creating or putting those e-courses up on the platform. People can actually do that for you and with you.
Wow, that is so awesome. Okay, we have just about a few more minutes left. So can you tell one more question before you tell people how to find you and follow you, right? So the goal of this summit is to help people to build successful digital product business, right? And you spoke about, identifying that target market. So how can that specifically help somebody to build a successful digital product business?
Oh, it kind of goes back to the idea that I mentioned earlier, how we as business owners want to serve and sell to everyone. But that's not a good allocation of our resources. It's not a good allocation of our energy, our money, our time. So you literally want to be intentional and strategic about how you are bringing on clients and customers and how you're serving them. So if you know your story, if you have identified your target market, you then now know what content, what products and services to offer to that specific market. And you're not just throwing darts everywhere, right? Just throwing whoever catches, we're good. No, because money is time and time is money. So you want to be able to message your audience very strategically. It will determine how you message your content, how you message your offers and your services and products. Because if I am trying to reach an elderly clientele, I may not talk too much about TikTok, right? I may focus more on Facebook or focus more on print ads and things like that. But you need to know who you're serving because they have specific likes, dislikes, challenges, and motivations.
Awesome. One more question. How do you know the kind of business that'll be profitable? Is there any pointers you can give to that?
Oh, if there's a need, if there's a problem to solve, it can be profitable. And because again, there's a demand for that. Make sure there's a demand for whatever type of product or service you're offering. If there's no demand, it will not be profitable. Okay. But I can tell you, there's plenty of demand for a lot of things. And a part of the demand is actually created by you as the business owner and the creator. You have the opportunity to share and help to identify people's pain points and convince them of how you can help them overcome that pain point.
Awesome. Awesome. That's so good. Coach Aliya, please tell people where to find you, where to follow you, because you dropped some really powerful, powerful stuff today. My God, heavy, heavy stuff. I'm like, yes, Lord. So tell them, like you took us a charge of business today, So tell people how to find you, follow you, and continue to learn and glean from you.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure. You can find me in many places. Same profile name. It is at Coach Aliya Carter on IG, on Facebook, on TikTok, Instagram, even Clubhouse. So you can find me there again at Coach Aliya Carter. You can visit my website so that you know what I got going on. I always have some courses, e-courses available. And I've even written a book, guys. So check out my book on my website. She is the Ish Journeys Through Womanhood. Website is justbewholelifecoaching.com. Justbewholelifecoaching.com. And lastly, feel free to email me, which is Coach Aliya Carter at justbewholelifecoaching.com. I do have an offer available that is free for you guys. I want to definitely invite you to my Instagram page. You'll see the link. It's a free checklist on, hey, so you think you can life coach? Maybe you're on the fence, like, man, I could kind of do this. Even if I do it part-time, I think I could be a life coach. I could share my life experiences. There's a free checklist. And then lastly, I have a new course available, guys. So go to my website or go to any of my social media pages and you will find the monetize your life experiences and become a life coach. A lot of times we feel like we have to give out free information and advice. You don't always have to. Your experiences and your education expertise did not come for free. Right? You invested time, energy, money, and people who want that should have to do the same. So take that online course and you can start your career today.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach Aliya. So please follow her. She's everywhere at Coach Aliya Carter. And my God, you are going to be so glad you did. Thank you for coming on. And I'll be talking with you soon.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Okay. All right. Bye. Guys, this is amazing. We're just getting started. We have two speakers already. We had Dr. Macquarie Russell. He spoke about how to attract clients consistently. Then we also had Coach Aliya Carter. That was powerful. We're expecting our next speaker, Carla White. She's going to be coming on shortly. Before she does that, I'm going to just share with you guys, hey, we're just getting started. This is the level up challenge. Let me see if I can put this on the screen. I don't know if it's showing right now. Okay, it's not showing. I'm not sure why. All right. Let me try this again. Let me try that again. All right. So we're just getting started. Yeah, somebody said they're enjoying. Yeah. So this event was brought to you by Vonza. Vonza is an all-in-one platform that makes it easy for you to run your entire business online in one place, So Vonza makes it super, super easy. So if you are not running your business yet on Vonza, please go to vonza.com and get started. So it's an all-in-one platform, right? With Vonza, you can create online courses, you can create ebooks, you can create digital products, physical products, everything you need in one place. And we are in the day and time of the digital product revolution. Let me see if it works now. Yeah, you can see right now. Vonza is a simple way to power your online business, right? With Vonza, creating online courses, digital and physical products, setting up a website, a landing page, or sales funnel is now the easiest thing you will ever do in your business. So it will make it really, really easy and simple for you to run your entire business in one place. So without Vonza, you're going to be needing multiple tools, having those tech frustrations, and all of all that crazy stuff. So we made it so easy. So you have a digital product inside of you that you can release out there to the marketplace for them to sell. So what kind of digital product can you sell? Maybe you can sell an online course, or you can sell ebook, right? Or you can sell coaching, or you can sell a mug, a t-shirt, anything. Vonza is the all-in-one platform, right? No matter what it is you have to sell, you can sell it on Vonza, right? And we make it so easy for you to grow your business online. So if you don't have a Vonza account, if you are not selling a digital product in 2021, please, you need to start selling that, right? Every day, look at it this way. Every day you sell something, right? Every day you are selling something. Every day, right? What are you selling? Yourself, you're selling this or you're selling that, right? But many times you're selling something that people are not paying you for. But with Vonza, you can easily, right, create something and sell online. So we're waiting on our next speaker. If you give me 1 second, I think I have her on Facebook. Let me make sure she's okay, and let me message her on Facebook to see if she can come on. So in the meantime, just let me know in the comments, what's your favorite part so far? What is the one thing that you've learned so far? One thing that has been so important to you? Let me know in the comment one thing you've learned so far from this from the speakers today. Let me know one thing you've learned so far from the speakers today, and let me get those feedback from you as well. What's the one thing? I've wrote down multiple things from our speaker, and Dr. Malcolm Russell said, great marketing makes selling unnecessary, right? So if you're really good on marketing, you know how to market yourself, market your product, market whatever you're doing, right? Then you don't have to sell as much. All right. What's the one thing you've learned so far? Let's make this so interactive. What's the one thing you've learned so far that really, really blew your mind, or that really was like, wow, this is so important, right? One of the things I've learned was great marketing makes selling unnecessary. So you got to market better so you don't have to sell as much. And somebody said, knowing your audience, that is so key as well, right? When you know your audience, you don't have to sell as hard to them because you know who they are and you know how to reach them. Now, another person said, be authentic, right? One of the things that stood out to them was to be authentic. You got to be authentic to yourself so you can be authentic to your customer. You know, one of the problem out there today is that a lot of people try to copy this person and copy that person, and many times they not be authentic to themselves. If you are the flashy person, be flashy because that's what is new to you. That's what is real to you. If you are not the flashy one, then don't be flashy, right? There are multiple ways to skin a cat, just like there are multiple ways to make. Somebody said there's 1 million ways to make $1 million, right? So you got to find the way that works best to you. And that's why we put this summit together to help you to be successful in your business. All right, another comment say charge premium price and don't be afraid to. The Tesla analogy was a good explanation. Yes, you know, you can charge premium pricing, right? Don't feel like you got to charge $20 or $50. No, a lot of coaches and consultants and course creators are charging $3,000 to $10,000 and people are buying it. So you can also charge the same as well. Don't feel like you have to charge so low so that you can get customers, right? Another feedback is that you don't have to show your stuff to convince people. That was one of the most amazing. If I gotta write it down so I don't forget it. You don't have to show your stuff to convince people, right? That was one of the most amazing moments for me as well. That is so big, guys. So what's happening these 3 days, right? We have 3 sessions: morning session, afternoon session, evening session, 36 speakers, 36 sessions. This is amazing, right? Because we want to feed you with so much information, so much knowledge that after this summit, you are ready to start doing your 6 figures in your digital product business. You're ready to start charging what you want to charge, getting those customers, growing your digital product business, making your first 6 figures online, making your first 7 figures online, right? You are going to be able to do all of that with this program. So that was another big takeaway, was that you don't have to show your stuff to convince people. Another person said you don't have to show your stuff to convince people. Yeah, that's another big takeaway. Another person said Vonza is amazing. Thank you. What we want you guys to do also is that if you know Vonza is amazing, please don't keep it to yourself. Tell other people as well that Vonza is amazing. In fact, let me put the link right now. Everybody here should be a Vonza. I think it's partner.vonza.com. Is it partner or partners? Let me double check, right? Everybody here should be Vonza. I think it's partners. Everybody here should be a Vonza affiliate, right? Sign up is free to be a Vonza affiliate, and then let me put it here. Become a Vonza affiliate. Right now, become a Vonza affiliate and make 30%. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm typing because I want you guys to see it. But let me know what was your biggest takeaway so far. Yeah, so let me know what's your biggest takeaway so far. Partners.vonza.com. All right, so I want you all to become a Vonza affiliate as well. Somebody said Vonza is amazing. Thank you so much. But hey, we want you to tell the whole world, tell all the people Tell them Vonza is amazing and why it's amazing, and share the link with them. Share the link with them so that they can also experience this amazingness with you also. So going to happen. Okay, let me know you can still see me. There's so much more we have planned for you all in this next 3 days. It's going to be so amazing. All right, so let us also know, you don't have to show people your stuff. I see. All right, so while we wait for our next speaker that is coming up in the next 20 minutes, okay, let me share with you on why I started creating digital products, right? Because I understood something, right? As way back as 10 years ago, everything started shifting from physical product business to digital product business, right? I saw that to make money online in this day and age, you need to have a digital product, right? So in my story, I used to have a restaurant. I used to have a, what do you call it now? I had a restaurant. I had a car dealership. I was renting out cars. I had a print shop. I had videography service. I mean, all these were done over the years, and they were all physical type businesses, right? And then I found out that really physical type businesses were just a lot harder. And also, too, it's hard to scale. And also, too, it was not very easy to make money online with them. So that was why and how I started moving to digital products. And when I went into digital product, that's where I made my first 6 figures and my first 7 figures, right? Because they are so important. And that was why I was able to scale my online business from barely making it to where we are today. So the same thing with you today. If you create that digital product, right? Again, it could be an ebook, it could be an online course, it could be a coaching program, it could be forms, it could be services. It doesn't matter what it is, right? Vonza makes it easy for you to start and scale an ebook or digital product business. So don't wait. Don't tell yourself that you cannot do it. Don't tell yourself that nobody's going to buy from you. Don't tell yourself that you're not qualified. I wasn't qualified in the eyes of a lot of people, right? I wasn't qualified, right? But I never stopped. I learned. That's why you should invest in courses, coaching programs, invest in courses, invest in mindset training, invest in these things that will help you to start and scale your digital product business, right? Because when you do that, you're going to see that it will help you to succeed faster. So this is what I'm telling you guys. We're about to get into 2022, right? You have a product inside of you that people will easily pay you anywhere from $20 to $10,000. See, it's a wide range. You have that. You can sell your knowledge. You can sell your experience. You can sell your expertise. You can sell what you went through. I mean, we have somebody on our platform. Listen now, this is going to blow your mind. She has sold to over 40,000. Listen now, 40,000 customers, right? From courses to ebooks to coaching and all of that stuff. And she uses Vonza to power on our online business, right? And here's her story. She was a single mom, and she was working a job that was not paying her well enough. And she got fired during the pandemic. Listen out, she got fired during the pandemic, right? And when she got fired, and she got a first stimulus check of $1,200. She invested, listen now, this is a powerful story, guys. She invested $1,200 of stimulus check to launch a digital product business, and she uses Vonza. Listen up. She has now made 7 figures. She has sold over $3 million in 1 year, right? Selling our courses, our coaching program, ebooks, and stuff like that. And now she has over 40. In fact, For those of you that will be here in the evening or maybe tomorrow, because today's is a packed day, maybe tomorrow I'm going to play a testimonial to you guys. I'm going to play it right here. You're going to hear a story herself, right? She has sold over $3 million in 1 year. Went from a nobody, went from living with her mom. Yeah, she was living with her mom. She was living with her mom, right? And guess what? Premium is not the only way. This lady, average cost is $40. She sell $30 and $40 ebooks and courses, right? And yet she has sold to over 40,000. In fact, she's going to be speaking. And let me tell you when she's going to be speaking. You're going to hear her story. She's going to be speaking at 3 p.m. Eastern time today. Yeah, her name is Ellie or Eliza, Ellie, right? Ellie, she's going to be our 3 p.m. speaker. She has sold to over 40,000 people, and she has made over $3 million in 1 year. And she made that money by selling to, you got to know your audience. She knew her audience is low ticket people, right? But this is what I'll tell you. If you're going to sell to low ticket items or low ticket people, you got to have that numbers. You got to have that following. But she didn't have that following when she got started. So she went from being a single mom, recently divorced, living in her mom's house, sleeping on her mom's couch, got fired from her job. Can you imagine all this happening in a space of months? And got a stimulus check of $1,200. So she used $1,200 of stimulus check to launch a digital product business. And in less than 1 year, she has sold to over 40,000 customers and she's made over $3 million. If you like that story, put a yes on the screen. Let me know you like that story, okay? If that story was powerful, if that story is inspiring, if that story is like whoa or wow or whatever the case is, I want you to put that story on. I want you to put a yes, 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 put a yes. Okay. If that story was powerful, inspiring, put a yes, because the same can happen to you. The same can happen to you. And guess what? I'm going to say it over and over again. Vonza makes it easy. Vonza makes it simple for you to do that. She's going to be speaking at 3 p.m. Today, and you're going to hear the story herself. You can do the same as well. So don't doubt yourself. Go right now to vonza.com and create a plan. You can even start with a 14-day free trial, right? 14-day free trial, no credit card. You can even sell. If you think you don't have money, let me give you the secret of how you can make free money on Vonza. Create a 14-day free trial account on Vonza. Within that 14 days, make your sell. Whatever you make from your sale, you need to sell at least $100 so that $100 get to pay for your platform. So you can literally have Vonza for free. Create a free account, sell fast, sell in that 14 days before Vonza will ask you for payment. Sell at least $100. Use $100 to pay for your Vonza platform, right? We don't care. We don't care, right? Because we don't want money to be the problem why you are not creating or selling online. Everything is online now. You need to have an online product. You need to have a membership. You need to have a sales funnel. It doesn't matter what it is. You need to sell online. My God, our next speaker, she's going to be coming up in the next 5 minutes. Coach Tyra. She is amazing. She's going to be teaching on the power of infrastructure. You need to have the right infrastructure for your business. You cannot grow, you cannot scale, you cannot have this multi-million dollars or multi-six-figure business without the right infrastructure. So she's going to be coming up in the next 5 minutes. We're going to bring her up early so that we have more time to glean from our wisdom. So, hey guys, it's just getting started, right? This is just getting started. I mean, I am stoked already. I'm learning so much already from all of our speakers. And this next one, oh my gosh, she is powerful. I'm just glad that she's gonna be sharing with us today. She's just amazing, like I said. So we're gonna be bringing her up in the next 5 minutes. So this is the time, everybody, to share this video one more time. We're broadcasting on 3 platforms on our Facebook pages, Facebook group, Facebook page, and also on YouTube, on the Vonza YouTube page. Now, if you're just joining, before we bring in our next speaker, what is Vonza? Is a simple way to power your online business, right? And Vonza is the first and only Black-owned all-in-one platform, though not just for Blacks. We are for everybody, right? But I think it's something that is a big testament of what's going on in the culture today. So if you don't have a Vonza account, you can go right now to vonza.com and create your free account, right? And within that 14 days, hey, sell something, make your money back, right? And also to share this video to other people. So with Vonza, you can create online courses, physical digital products, set up a website, a landing page, sales funnel. I mean, everything all in one place. So we are really excited. So like I said, we're going to bring in our next speaker early so that she can bring in the fire and everything that she has for us. So she's going to be the last speaker for this morning session that will be back at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, so let's just bring our next speaker. I think she's ready. So, hey, Coach Tyra, how are you?
Hey, Dr. Ubi, how are you? I'm doing
Awesome.
awesome this morning.
Thank you. So glad to have you. Guys, Coach Tyra, she's amazing. She's a great coach, a great speaker, awesome woman of God. My God, she's just amazing all around. I mean, let me read a little bit of her bio, and thank you for joining early so that we can just, kind of get and glean from you. So let me read a little bit about her bio. Coach Tyra is a Christian business coach, credit expert, and critically acclaimed author of Pray, Plan, and Profit. She's the owner and co-founder of Kingdom Economic Solutions, which currently services entrepreneurs all over the United States. Wow. With innovative resources, financial coaching, and marketing strategies, she helps companies put in place the infrastructure to grow successfully. Guys, without the right infrastructure, you cannot grow or scale your enterprise. And this is amazing. And she's going to be talking today about the power and the importance of infrastructure. But before we do that, so hey, how you doing today, Coach?
I am doing amazing. I'm super excited to be here, a part of this. Thank you so much. I'm so honored for the invitation. So I'm excited. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to go.
Also amazing. Now, before you get into your topic, how did you get started how did you start your business?
You know what? I was saved and sanctified, and I believe that I was just called to ministry. But when I would relate to the Word of God, I will always relate to it from a business aspect. And at this time, I had my MBA, but I was working in corporate America. I was working for a debt buyer company, one of the top in the U.S., which is here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I was really frustrated because I just felt like I was being closed in within those walls. And I did not like that I had to wait for someone else to give me a promotion to make more money. Just the whole concept, I just didn't like it. And so I decided to fire my boss, and I launched right into entrepreneurship. And I accelerated really, really quickly because of what I'm about to talk about, laying infrastructure. That's how you level up.
Wow, that is so amazing. So, were you always into this infrastructure thing, or was it something you just kind of stumble on? How did you get passionate about this solution providing to entrepreneurs?
You know what it was, Dr. Uwe? What happened is that when I went through my formal education, I got my executive master's degree. And when I got into entrepreneurship, I started to notice that there were a lot of entrepreneurs who just had an idea and they just jumped out there, got a business license, and they were just doing business. And they were trying to figure out why they weren't getting any real success, but they never built a solid foundation. And so
Hmm.
I'm like, wait a minute, you're missing so many pieces. You're trying to just skip all of these processes and get results. But the process is how you get the results. And so you cannot build anything that's worthy of lasting to carry or hold 7 figures and 8 figures if you don't do the beginning building stages correctly. So I'm like, listen, I have to be able to teach these entrepreneurs that are hungry and excited to just experience wealth and to jump into entrepreneurship. It became a trend. And I'm like, but they're missing some big pieces. And so that's what made me passionate about it.
Wow, that is so amazing. If the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do, right?
Come on.
Amazing, amazing, guys. So we're going to let Coach Tyra to just pour into us and all the amazing things that's happening now. I saw your last name changed recently. So what's up with that? Can you
You
tell?
know what? I actually just got married. I got married. We dated, we
Yeah.
got engaged, and I got wifed up all within 12 months.
Wow, that is amazing, and a big, big congratulations
Thank
to
you so much.
you.
Thank you so much. God is good.
Amazing. Yes, God is good. So go ahead. You have 25 minutes and we're going to do some Q&A, okay?
Awesome. Awesome. So thank you guys so much for joining again, Dr. Uy. I'm honored to be a part of this platform. This is the level up, and I'm excited because listen, that's what I'm all about. I'm all about anything leveling up, taking your business to the next level, taking your faith to the next level, taking your finances to the next level. Whatever it is, going to the next level is what we should always be aiming to do. And although that may be our aim, in order to get to the next level, we have to make sure the first level is solid. All right. So listen, a lot of times people don't want to hear that part because that's not the fun part. That's not the part that we may always have the tools and to know how to go put in place by ourselves. But the foundation, the beginning, how you start determines how you finish. How you start anything will always, 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 always determine how you finish. So how can we honestly successfully go to the next level if we did not lay a steady foundation on the first level? Listen, if we want to build anything that's worthy of lasting, it all starts with foundation. So I got some notes here, y'all, and I want to teach you guys about the importance of infrastructure. And listen, I know you guys are interested in this because listen, this is the level up challenge. And if you guys want to go up, we know that we got to make sure this part is together first. All right. So I want to teach about infrastructure. I like definitions. I like to make sure that you guys are not confused of what I'm talking about because I don't want you to come up with your own definition of infrastructure. I want you to know what I mean when I'm saying the word infrastructure. So I'm going to read here my definition from my notes. Infrastructure is the basic organizational structures needed for the operation of any enterprise. So it's the basic structure needed, not wanted, okay? The basic structures needed in order for the operation of any enterprise. So are you an entrepreneur? Are you a business owner? Do you have a book? Do you have a course? Are you looking to jump into business? Do you have an idea that God put on your heart that you have not yet to start? Whatever that is, then you're going to need some organizational structures put in place because in order for your business to flow or to operate, that's just the basic requirement. So I wanted to get that out the way. When I'm talking about infrastructure, I'm talking about the basic organizational structure needed for your business to operate successfully. So I want to break it down into 3 different steps because listen, I only got about 30 minutes and I'm going to try to even be done before then. And so this can be covered in a lot of time. I can break it down in so many different ways, but I want to teach you guys exactly what I'm talking about in 3 simple steps. Listen, I'm a teacher at heart. I'm also a preacher, but I'm a teacher at heart. So I want to give you guys 3 steps that you can remember. So the first thing we're going to talk about is structuring your business correctly. Oh, my. Do you understand how many entrepreneurs just get this idea? God give me an idea. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sell these t-shirts and I'm going to make all this money. And I'm excited because I'm a visionary. I got the vision and I'm just going to jump out there and I'm going to get started. I listen to these podcasts. I listen to all this and I'm ready to go ahead and get started. So I get started. And I automatically think I got an LLC. But says who? You know, every business you start may not be an LLC. So there's so many different business licenses than an LLC. So you need to start knowing, okay, I got the idea. How do I structure this business for the long term? Okay. Is it an LLC? Is it incorporated? What is it? Is it an S Corp? Is it a C Corp? What type of business is it that I have? Because there's so many things affected by how you get started or how you format your business. So one, taxes. Okay, that's affected by how you do it. Okay, who's liable? Whether it's you, do you need to have members who's taking the liability, or is it directors, and is it your board of directors or your officers? So you need to know which one. So it's important to really start there to say, okay, well, and some of us, maybe, let me be honest, we need to go back there. I'm gonna be honest, I can remember getting started and structuring my business just incorrectly, and having to go back and undo so much work because I just jumped out there and I did not think about this word infrastructure. So what do we do? Because this is the thing. We all are not super skilled in these areas, but it's important to do the R word, research. Listen, with the internet and with Google, there's some things that we can just research and we need to read. And another thing is getting wisdom. If you're not in a position where you can afford to hire an attorney or a business coach or a business advisor or a business consultant, or you're not in a position where you may know somebody who knows some things, then you just might have to just ask somebody, or just get some wisdom and do some research and say, listen, I need to know, how should this look on paper so I can know that I'm covered in the long run. Everything you do should be focused on the end and the long run. Forward thinking. We're leveling up. We're going up and up and up. We're going from 6 figures to 7 figures. We're going from 7 figures to 8 figures. We're going up. This is the level up challenge. So we should always be thinking about, okay, how can I put myself in a position to get to the next level? How can I structure my business the right way, starting off, so that way I can position myself to take my business to the next level? That takes some thought. That takes some time, and it may take a simple investment. It may take you paying someone to get it set up for you. Listen, these are just all options. However you do it, I just want you to know that it has to get done. It has to get done. It has to get done. And I'm going to explain to you why as we go into the other 2 steps. But step 1 is the most important step. How you get started. It's just like anything else. How you start off in your relationships are going to determine how you end. Listen, your business is not the only thing that needs to have infrastructure. I don't want to start preaching, but your relationships need infrastructure as well. You need some organizational structure in your parenting. You need some organizational structure in your everyday life, in your habits, in your lifestyle, in your diet. You need some organizational structure, because if you think about the area where you feel like you deal with the most struggle in, where you find yourself feeling it's harder to push in this area, is typically the area where you lack infrastructure. Oh my God, that's a whole word. Listen, that's a whole entire word. The area that you experience the most attack, the area that you experience the most struggle in, the area where you feel like it's so hard to push in, you experience the most resistance in, is typically because you lack infrastructure in that area. That's an honest truth, you guys. It's an honest truth. If you're struggling and you're struggling with losing weight and you're like, listen, I need to get these 15 20 pounds off of me, you need to put some organizational structure in place with your diet, with your eating habits, and your workout schedule. If you don't do so, how can you level up? How can we go to the next level when we can't even put the basic structure in place to help us get there? And we can't stick to it. We got to stick to it. And so I'm talking about business today specifically, but I want you guys to know, if you're a business owner, you're the CEO of your company, you own your company. So how you relate to your personal self is important as well. So listen, infrastructure is needed in your business. You take this information I'm giving you, apply it to your business, apply it to your personal relationships, apply it to your faith, apply it to your marital, your interpersonal relationships, apply it to your finances. If you're dealing with attacking your finances, the money, you don't have no organizational structure there. You don't have any infrastructure in that place. So what happens is, when you lack organizational structure, when you lack organizational structure in a certain area, it becomes easy for you to slip and fall in those areas. And the key is to put the structure in place, and it applies to every single area: your business, your interpersonal relationships, your personal habits. Infrastructure is key. Again, the definition: the basic organizational structure needed for the operation. So anything that you need to flow, any operational flow needs it. It needs it. All right, y'all ready to go to step 2? All right, so step 2 is creating policies and procedures. This is one of my favorite things. Listen, like I just told Dr. Uwe, I have my master's in business, and I learned a lot about processes and procedures in school. When you look at Fortune 500 companies, and the reason why they can be Fortune 500 companies is because they have a level of infrastructure that's just different from a mom and pop business. And so if we want to get to that level, if we want to level up and we want to get to that level, it's going to require us to think like them. It's going to require us to put some structures in place. So let's talk about creating your policies and procedures. Okay. There needs to be a policy and a procedure for everything that you do, especially before you start bringing employees on. Oh my God. The worst thing that you can do is you expose your company or your business to about 10, 15 employees, and you have no real systems, no real procedures, and no real policies in place. Nonetheless, no agreements in place. Oh my God. No agreements in place. Nobody really knows what they're doing. They're just working. And then you're trying to figure out why people are quitting. You're trying to figure out why people are stealing from you. You're even trying to figure out why people are trying to operate like you. Do you know I get so many of my coaching clients who tell me, oh my God, I just found out that somebody was in my company taking my clients and stealing my clients. You didn't have any infrastructure in place. You didn't have any policies in place. Okay, what legal agreement did they sign? Did you make them sign a non-compete agreement? Did you make them sign an agreement? Did you have anything on paper? No, I didn't. Okay, you had no infrastructure in place. So, of course, that area is going to be weak. If you want to have a strong business, not just a business that's just, mediocre, but if you want to have a strong foundational business that the enemy can't blow down like a big bad wolf, you need infrastructure. Because if not, there's going to be a bunch of big bad wolves that's going to come and blow down what you built. And I don't know about you guys, but I want my business to last as long as it can. I'm into legacy. Are you guys into legacy with me? Listen, let me tell you something. If you're into legacy, I want you to go ahead and type it and put legacy. I need you guys to type that in the chats. Legacy, because if you're into building legacy, then you say, I need infrastructure. Listen, after I get done, you should be ready to go back and say, listen, I need to go put some infrastructure in place for a few different areas in my life. I need to put infrastructure in place for my personal life, my parenting, my relationships, and my business. I got to put some systems in place. I got to put some structures in place. I'm into legacy. That's right. Legacy. Type that in, because listen, the key to building legacy is you need infrastructure. You can't just build legacy without infrastructure. You can't build something that's going to last 100 years, that's going to take care of your kids and your kids' kids and your children's kids and their kids, and you don't have infrastructure. If you're building something right now without infrastructure, as soon as you die, the business die. Oh yeah, I said it. Oh Lord. If it doesn't have infrastructure, matter of fact, it might even die before we die because we don't have infrastructure in place. But I'm going to decree this, that listen, we're going to build things that's going to last. We're building legacy. We're going to have infrastructure in place, and we're going to make sure that we're taking care of all of our weak spots today. All right. So legacy, that's right. Blow that up in the chats. Legacy. So creating processes and procedures. So I'm going to give you a few policies and procedures that I think, even if you're starting off as a small business, or a bigger business, I'm going to give you a few of these things that I think that you can help. So for one, good question. I seen that question pop up. I don't know if he wants me to answer the questions, but since I seen that one, that was good, I'm going to talk about that. So one of the things that you need to do is you need to really research your industry. Okay. Research your industry that you're going in, because what you're going to need is also dependent on the industry you're going to need. But there's some basic things that every business should have. For one, you should have an agreement for anybody that you hire and you do business with. You need to have an agreement. If you have business partners, you need to have partnership agreements. Okay. I don't think Dr. Uwe mentioned this, but I also worked in the legal. I have a legal background. I'm a certified paralegal, and I work with some really big lawyers for about 5 years, even with my
Okay, Coach Tara, you are muted. You are muted. Coach Tara. Coach Tara, you are muted. I don't think she can hear me. Can somebody hear me? I don't think she can hear me. Maybe she can see me. Coach Tara, you are muted. Yeah, I think she got caught off, guys. Don't worry, she'll be back. She received a call and it knocked her out. Okay. Yeah, she's going to come back soon. Don't worry. She received a call. It's always good. So I'm gonna remind all of our other speakers to I'll remind them to to make sure that phone is on mute. Sorry, on do not disturb. Okay, don't worry. She's gonna come back. She's gonna come back soon. My God, she was going in though. She was talking about infrastructure, right? You need to have the right infrastructure for your business. You cannot grow a business without the right infrastructure. So we're waiting for her to come back. So she's hearing. She needs to come back soon because we want her to continue. Come back, come back, come back, come back, come back, because this is so powerful. So let's do a poll right now. How many of you will say you have the right infrastructure for your business? Like you have the right infrastructure right now that can help your business scale from where it is to the next level. How many of you will say you have the right infrastructure? So if you have the right infrastructure, say yes. If no, say no. Okay. All right. So let us know if you have the right infrastructure for your business or not. That is so important so that we can know how to help you. So we're waiting for Coach Tyra, Suzanne. Somebody said no. Somebody said no. Oh my God, you got to have the right infrastructure. So let me send a message to my team to reach out back to her. Someone say I'm on my way off. All right, so my team is going to reach out back to Coach Tyler. Annette say I'm way off. Angel say not sure. Yeah. Yeah. So waiting for her to come back. We don't know what happened, but she received the call and it knocked her off. So wait for her to come back. But what she was talking about was having the right infrastructure, right? Having the foundation for business. It's just like when you want to build a house, you have to first sit down and count the cost and put all the structure and everything together before you start building. The same thing goes with business as well. You need to have the right infrastructure, the right everything before you can start your business, right? So make sure that you get in while we wait for her to come back. So I'm figure out what's going on. Let me send her that message now to see how she can come back and finish it, because I really want to hear everything that she is talking about. This is one of the reasons why a lot of people don't like to do live events, because things can happen. But hey, with Vonza night, so we good. We can handle a kind of situation. So all right. So let me know also too in the chat. I think tomorrow or maybe later on this afternoon, every session we're going to give a gift to the most engaged person. So the person with the most share, the person with the most comments, every session beginning this afternoon, because I want to think about what we're going to offer. The afternoon session is going to be 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every session, we're going to give a gift to the person who is the most engaged. That means the most share, the most comments. Whoever makes the most comments and the most share, we're going to give you a gift every session, okay? Going to voicemail. Okay, we don't know why she's not answering. So, but we're going to stay another 5 minutes to see if she comes back. If not, we're going to see you guys at the afternoon session, 2 p.m. Eastern. Set your time, set your calendar. In fact, everybody set it, put it on your alarm right now. Set your alarm right now for 2 p.m. Eastern time. That'll be the afternoon session. Set your alarm, set your calendar, set your reminder for 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Vonza Level Up Challenge Session 2. We're going to be having some amazing speakers. Let me see if I can put it on the screen as well. Let me share with you some of the speakers we're going to be having. Powerful speakers that's going to be coming on in the afternoon session. Let me see if it will show. How did this banner show? Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure this out with you. Afternoon. Okay, banner. Let me see how it shows. All right, so we're going to be having a powerful session this afternoon. So make sure that you're part of it. So let me know in the chat, what's your favorite takeaway? What's your biggest takeaway from what you've learned today? Was that one thing that was like, yeah, this one really made a lot of sense to you? Let us know in the chat. I'm trying to figure out how to make this background show. Okay, so it's going to be really amazing. Let me see. All right, so this is brought to you by Vonza. Let me upload something. So let us know in the chat, guys, what's the biggest takeaway from you in this session? Then I have an amazing offer before we go for lunch and come back for the afternoon session. It's going to be so powerful. So I'm going to be sharing with you some of our speakers. Yeah, so this is the session for today. So at 2 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to be having some amazing speakers. We're going to have at 2 p.m., let me see what we're having. We're going to have Caroline Castile. We're going to have Daniel Moses. We're going to have Eliza Drop. And we're going to have Dr. David Imoniti. All of them are going to be speaking at 2 p.m. 4 speakers at 2 p.m. It's going to be amazing, and you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss these sessions at 2 p.m., okay? Make sure that you are part of it. Make sure that you set your alarm and stuff. It's going to be so powerful. All right, let me do some Q&A before we skipping the steps to create an unstable infrastructure, okay? That is a big feedback right there. Don't keep the steps so that you don't miss the unstable, so that you don't create an unstable infrastructure. All right, so let me answer all your questions for the next 5 minutes. I'm going to take a break, and we're going to be back at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our 2 o'clock session, 2 p.m. session, 2 p.m. Eastern. That will be 1 p.m. Central, and that will be, I think, 12 noon Pacific, okay? As another person, Angel said, infrastructure, I feel like. Yes, that'll be key. All right. So now, let me answer your questions for the next 5 minutes. What question do you have concerning creating a successful digital product business? Or what do you need help with regarding creating a successful infrastructure business? Let me know right here in the chat what you need help with, okay? Or how can I help you? How can Vonza help you to be more successful with your business? What do you need help with? Ask the questions right now, okay? Put in a comment, okay? And I'm going to answer all your questions, because we are having this 3-day summit so that we can help you to build a successful digital product business. So what questions do you have? What comments do you have? What do you need help with concerning your digital product business? Remember, at 2 p.m., we have 4 speakers. We have Caroline Castile. She's going to be talking about media, digital marketing. They're also going to have Daniel Moses. He's going to be talking about mindset for wealth creation. Then we're going to have Eliza Diop. She's going to be talking about business strategy and funding. She's the one I was talking about earlier that made $3 million in 1 year. And a year ago, she was divorced. She was living in her mom's basement, in her mom's room, in her mom's couch, living with her mom. She used that stimulus check of $1,200 to create a 3 million digital product business in less than 1 year. You want to hear her. Then we're going to have Dr. David Imoniti at 3:30 p.m. How to believe for massive success in your business. You don't want to miss any of these sections that's going to be coming up shortly. All right, let me answer your questions now. Somebody said, no, having a following starting from scratch. Okay, so the person saying, how can you build a digital product business when you have no following and you're starting from scratch? That's a very good question. The truth is this. Everybody started from there. Everybody started with not having a following before they. Okay, let me not say everybody. Most people started with zero following, including me. Some people they started with a lot of following, so they are not the same. All right, it seems like Coach Tyra is back. Coach
Oh
Tyra, are you
man, I didn't
back?
even know I got disconnected. I was going in. I was talking and talking and talking.
You were disconnected for the last 10 minutes.
Oh
You've
wow.
been disconnected for the last 10 minutes.
Wow. You
Yeah.
know what, y'all? I was in here talking to myself. I was going
Oh
in
my
too.
God. Oh my God. You were disconnected for the last 10 minutes. Monica, how can I start? How can I join your school? Monica, please send an email. Let me put this right now for Monica before we continue. Send an email to info@myhigherplace.com, and now we're going to help you out. Okay. That's for Monica. So, Monica, how to join the school? Info@myhigherplace.com. So it's right there on the chat. Okay. So, Coach Tyra, I don't remember exactly where you left off, but you're talking about building the right infrastructure and stuff. So please put your phone on do not disturb, because when you got that call, it just knocked you completely out.
All right, let's see
Yeah,
here.
on do not disturb.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on Do Not Disturb.
Okay, yeah. So Angel say I'm working on my product to look quality. I need some advice. All right, you all let her finish. So she got another 10, 15 minutes. Just go.
All
So
right.
yeah,
All right.
continue.
All right. Yeah, I don't know where I left off at, but I'm gonna just wrap up
Yeah,
these three
when
points.
the call came, that's when you disconnected.
All right. Okay. So we were talking about structuring your business correctly, right? Making sure that you structure your business correctly. And then we talk about creating policies and procedures for your business, making sure that you got the proper agreements in place. Listen, I was talking about how I'm extremely big on documentation. Documentation beats conversation every single day. When it comes to documenting things, this is going to be the key that's going to make you a successful business, is having the proper documentation in place. I mean, having NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, non-compete agreements, partnership agreements, anybody that you're doing business with, that's a form of infrastructure. Structuring your business the right way to make sure that you can withstand any blows is by making sure you have the right things in place. So you want to create some procedures and policies for your employees. Listen, you don't have to have an HR team to do so. You do not have to have a huge team of a legal attorney on staff to do so. I mean, the honest truth is, when you first get started in your business, you may not always have the finances to pay these people to be on staff. But that doesn't mean that you cannot get this stuff. Listen, you can get templates somewhere online. You know, you might have a friend, you might have somebody that you might have to just pay and invest for these templates. But you need to have these things in place because they're going to protect your business. And it's one of the most important keys of having organizational structure in place, is making sure that you got some policies and procedures. Whatever you learn and whatever you do, document it, so that way when somebody else come in, you don't even have to train them. You already have the training recorded. You already have the training document. And those agreements, listen, I was talking to myself, y'all missed this part. That is so important, to have agreements in place. I was talking about how my mother, she works for one of my companies. She's employed by one of my companies. And guess what? I have a file with an agreement in place. She has a non-compete in place. She has a non-disclosure in place. I don't care who you are. You're going to sign an agreement, because that's business. Listen, that's how I protect my business. That's infrastructure. That's me having the basic foundational things put in place so I can protect my business. Your business needs protection. I tell everybody, if you got a problem with signing, don't do business with me, because I'm going to send you a contract. We're going to sign something, because I don't want to talk about what I said. I want to talk about what you signed. Okay, let me tell you something. When a dispute arises, which they going to arise sometimes, when a dispute arises, we're not going to talk about what you said. I'm going to talk about what you signed. Listen, if y'all still that, make sure y'all give me a shout out and say, Coach Tyra said, don't take my stuff. Listen, but I don't care what you said. I cared about what you signed. Listen, that's what my employees, listen, documentation beat conversation. So you want to structure your business correctly. You want to make sure that you have the right policy procedures in place. And the last part that the call might have cut me off on is forecast and vision. Do you understand how many of my coaching clients that I talk to and they have no clue? I'm like, okay, well, what is the vision of your company? Well, I don't know. And they got teams, they got multiple employees and people following them. If you don't know your vision, you're lost. So of course your people are going to be lost. So you cannot be confused when you have people quitting and people stealing your ideas and starting their own companies, and so much toxic and just so much just drama within your company, because you as the CEO or the owner of the company did not put the necessary things in place to protect your business. So infrastructure is a protection for your business. That's to sum it up. It is. It's the basic organizational structure to help you level up. You can't level up without building correctly. That's another quote. You cannot level up without infrastructure. You can't. It's the basic organizational structure needed for any business. Is my business set up correctly? You know, is everything set up correctly? Do I have policies and procedures? Do I have some basic templates? Do I have an NDA? Do I have a non-compete? Do I have some processes put in place? Do I have these things put in place so that my employees are not lost? When I start hiring people, they're confused, they're lost. And what is the vision for my company? Where am I going? Am I selling this business? Am I going public? What am I doing? You know, what is the goal? What is the vision? You want to keep the vision in front of the people. That's what's going to drive them, not you. A real leader keeps the vision in front of their team, and the vision is what's going to excite them and what's going to drive them. If you don't have a vision for your company, if you don't know where your company going, you're not building legacy. Listen, you won't even probably last a year. Legacy is about vision. Legacy requires infrastructure. Legacy requires processes and procedures, and it requires you to build correctly. How you build will determine how you end. Listen, how you build something is going to determine how you end. So listen, I'm going to wrap it up here, but listen, I'm going to revisit these 3 steps again. Make sure that you're structuring your business correctly. You know, every business is not an LLC. I have to tell my clients that, listen, I get on their nerves. I'm like, listen, it may not be an LLC. Maybe it's a corporation. You know, we don't know. Maybe you need to do an S Corp. Maybe you need to do a C Corp. There's so many different things that we can do, but structure it correctly. Take your time to do the research and structure it correctly. We don't want no microwave businesses. We want legacy. Isn't that what y'all just typed in? We're building legacy. We're not just building something that we can make 4 or 5 figures for. Who wants some 4 or 5 figures? We want 7 and 8 figures. So we need to have processes in place. So 1, structuring your business correctly. 2, creating policies and procedures. If you have employees, then you need to have some human resources in place. You need to have some policies for your employees on how they should do things. You need to have some documentation in place. And 3, forecast and vision. That's how you build infrastructure, making sure that the vision stays in front. That's infrastructure. That's your basic foundation right there. That sums it up. Those 3 tips are your basic foundation to protect your business from any type of scandal, lawsuits. It helps you to really be able to begin to build. Once you have those basic level of foundation, then you can begin to build on top of those, and that's called leveling up. But you cannot level up without building correctly. So I'm done, Dr. Uwe. I hope that blessed you guys.
Wow, you cannot level up your business with the wrong infrastructure. One of the things you said I wrote down too. I mean, I wrote down several things. You said documentation beats conversation every single day. That is amazing. So now let me ask you, please post your comments on the chat, right? How can somebody start with building the right infrastructure? Most people don't, right? They don't have the right infrastructure. Where do they start from in building the right infrastructure for their business?
I like that question. So the first thing is you got to cast some vision. Like, if I got an idea and I want to start an eyelash company, I'm not going to just jump out there and start the eyelash company. I'm going to start and jump building infrastructure. You still jump, but you jump into the right thing. You start by casting some vision. Okay, where do I see this company going? You know, is this, I want to take over the world? Do I want to be the top premier eyelash company in the United States? Or do I just want to just build a company and sell it? Or do I just want to build and make 6 figures and then jump onto something else? Is this my passion? What am I doing? So you start by putting your vision in place, because eventually you're going to need a team for the task. You're going to have people that's going to come behind you. And if you don't have the vision, you're lost and they're lost. So the number one thing I would say is just put the vision in place. What are you doing? What are you doing? We need vision. We need to cast vision. The vision should always be in front of your team. You need to know where we're going. What's the goal? Where are we heading towards?
Wow, that is so powerful. So, casting the vision and having the right mindset is very, very important in being able to properly create the right frameworks, right? So now, can you can you dig in a little bit, right? Because what about people that are not very organized? Someone is not probably organized in their personal life. They're probably not going to be organized in their business as well. Can you speak to the mindset? Do a little bit, help somebody with the right mindset shift, help them tweak their brain a little bit on why or how to have the right mindset to build the right infrastructure for your business.
Yeah. So this is the thing. The key is you first have to make a decision that you want to build something that's worth lasting. Everybody doesn't.
Mm.
If you're building legacy and you're building anything worth lasting, you have to be organized. I mean, you have
Mm.
to have organizational structure. I mean, this applies, Dr. Ubi, to every area of our lives. I mean, even if I want to lose weight, right? If I don't have the personal infrastructure in my daily habits, I'm not going to lose weight. I got to start by putting things in place. I got to say, okay, well, I need to stop eating this. I need to start exercising this many times a week. I have to start building foundationally and putting things in place so that way now I can start seeing the results because I put the framework in place. So with your business, I mean, listen, if you're not organized, you got to get organized. If not, you're just going to make a couple of dollars and then your business is going to shut down. But if you're trying to reach 7 figures and 8 figures, if you're trying to go to a Fortune 500 company, then organizational structure is the key. And organizational structure requires the CEO to be organized in some shape and form. Now, we're not perfect, but in some shape or form, we have to start putting things in place so we can build an organized framework to build off of.
That is so powerful. So, and the framework is the pretty much the foundation, is the basics, right, of a successful, digital product business, right? So now, let me also ask you too, as a coach, what are some other areas do you help your clients with? Is it just with frameworks? What other things do you help them do? What kind of goals or milestones you help your clients to achieve as well?
Yeah, so Dr. Uwe, I am a faith-based, a Christian business coach. So really, it's just helping them to really see, cast vision, and to help them to come into agreement with God said for them regarding their business and get clear on their assignment. And then that's the first step, because once we get clear on what you're doing, then we start to build. We really begin to start to say, okay, how should my business be structured? Am I a corporation? Am I LLC? Then we begin to give them templates. We have non-competes. We customize business agreements, partnership agreements, non-competes, NDAs. We begin to provide them with the legal framework to be able to put that in place. And then we help them to just, build their brand, get the basic things set up, start building business credit. So now they're not stuck saying, okay, how am I going to get started? I need 20 and 30 grand. We help them get their personal credit in shape so they can begin to go get some money from the bank, and then they can begin to build and grow their businesses. So we help them with everything from the framework. My focus is on helping them start and helping them launch.
Wow, that is so amazing. So thank you so much. Unfortunately, we missed some parts because of the technical aspect there, but we're glad that you poured a lot of value. So I want people to be able to find you, follow you, and continue to learn and glean from you. So what's the best way for anybody to find you and to follow you and to be a part of what you're offering?
Yes. So listen, you guys, I am Coach Tyra everywhere. I am Coach Tyra on Twitter. I am Coach Tyra on Instagram. I am Coach Tyra on LinkedIn. I'm Coach Tyra on Facebook. I'm Coach Tyra. My website is www.coachtyra.com. I'm Coach Tyra everywhere. And also, Dr. Uwe, I'm excited because I'm going to be reaching out to you too, but we're doing a collision conference in Alpharetta.
Wow, I live in Alpharetta. You know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
so
live in
you're a neighbor. We're
Alpharetta.
coming to your neighborhood. Yeah, we're in
Awesome.
Alpharetta at the Family Phase Center. We're doing a 2-day conference. It's going to be over 150 Christian entrepreneurs coming out. And it's March the 25th to the 26th. The first night is just prophetic worship and activation. And then Saturday is a full-fledged business conference. It's called the Collision Conference, Dr. Uwe, because they're not going to know if they're at a business conference or church. It's just going to be a
I
full
like
fly.
that. I like that.
So if they want to come to that, if you guys are interested in coming to that, Dr. Uwe might be there, if he accepts an invitation. But listen, I want you guys to come. Text Collision to 678-673-3050, and you can get updates on the conference.
Okay, hold on. I got to put on the screen. Text
Collision
to what?
Text
678?
Collision to 678
Huh?
673
Uh-huh.
3050.
All right, guys, it's going to be right there on the screen shortly. If you want to be a part of it, text collision to six seven
Yes.
eight 673 3050. Coach Tyra, you are amazing. You
Thank
probably
you
didn't
so
know this.
much.
You're one of my favorite people, one of my favorite entrepreneurs and Christian coach out there. And thank you for pouring on to us and teaching us about infrastructure and the right structure for the business. And sadly, that's what a lot of people are not talking about these days, but it's so, so important. Right? People talking about get your LLC, get your target, do this, do that, right? But if you don't have the right infrastructure, if the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do, right? Before a man build a house, you have to first sit down and count the cost. You got to put the right structure in place, you know. So this is so important, guys. Everybody, I want you to start thinking about your infrastructure today. Do you have the right setup? Do you have the right NDAs in place? Do you have your right contracts in place, right? You need to have the right infrastructure in your business. And maybe you need help in setting this up. Find Coach Tyra. She's going to message. Please send me a message about that. I'd love to be a part of it and stuff. And, reach out to her on social media, see how she can help you to maybe start your business, scale your business, coach you, help you with your infrastructure and stuff like that. So we want you guys to really check her out, okay? So thank you so much for coming, Coach Tyra. I really appreciate you. I'll be waiting to hear from you, and I'll definitely look into it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, Dr. Wee.
Okay, all right,
All right,
thank
bye-bye.
you. Okay. Guys, that was amazing, amazing. Yes, 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 yes. Annette said God has answered my prayer about my business. Yes, yes, yes. God have done so. So, guys, we're going to take a break. We'll be back at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the second session. Remember, we have 4 amazing speakers that's going to be coming up then. So make sure that you are here at 2 p.m. We're going to start off with Caroline Castillo. Then we're going to have Daniel Moses all the way from the UK. Then we're going to have Eliza Diop. Then we're going to have David Imoniti, who is a recent doctor. So make sure that you come back at 2 p.m. and it's going to be so, so amazing. Okay. So we're going to take a break now. In the meantime, if you don't have a Vonza account, go right now to vonza.com and make sure you create your account and start your digital product business. So we'll be back at 2 p.m. Eastern. I will see you all then at that time. All right. Bye for now.